The honourable member for Calgary Fish Creek, followed by Edmonton River.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We all know in June the health minister fired the AHS board. The tipping point, the fact that so many executives wanted to return their bonuses. But according to the minister, the board told these kind-hearted execs they had to keep the money. So the minister fired the board and said, I'm going to make sure they get the options not to take it. Well, today we learned the minister overestimated the charity of these executives as only 1 out of 100 returned the money. Oh. Minister, were you misled by these executives? Who told you they'd return the money?
Well, Mr. Speaker, there certainly was an issue with respect to a compensation model at Alberta Health Services that allowed for pay at risk as opposed to the term bonus that the honourable member used. What I'm proud of the fact, Mr. Speaker, is that this government stood up, not only within the public sector generally, but within Alberta Health Services and said there would be no more pay at risk as part of the compensation structure for senior executives. That, Mr. Speaker, is in keeping with Albertans' values.
Honourable member.
The only reason you're keeping with their values is because of the Albertans spoke up against it. Minister, your reasons for firing the board are now unraveling. Given the board refused to withhold performance bonuses, and then so did the minister, and given the board couldn't get executives to return the money, and then neither could the minister, can the minister please explain who's running the show?
Well, Mr. Speaker, the government of Alberta is providing direct oversight of the healthcare system in this province. That has always been the case, Mr. Speaker. The members of the board, of the former board at Alberta Health Services, whom we thank for their service, I'm sure did their best in their role to try to move forward the goals that we have for the healthcare system and for the outcomes that we want to see for Albertans, Mr. Speaker. Whether the issue was pay at risk or whether the issue is oversight in other very, very important areas like continuing care, the fact of the matter that this Premier has stepped up, is providing the direct oversight that Albertans demand, and we are improving our healthcare system every day.
Minister, it's a blame game. If you screw up, you blame AHS. If AHS screws up, you blame them. So please, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Given that only one single executive turned down their performance bonus, well, $3 million was paid out to the rest. Where are all the others who told you they desperately wanted to give the money back?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I will make no secret of the fact that I am disappointed that more of those senior executives did not see their way clear to avoid payment or to avoid receipt of the pay at risk component. But, Mr. Speaker, notwithstanding the fact that not as many of them did make that choice, the fact is, Mr. Speaker, that today, because of this Premier, there is no more pay at risk at Alberta Health Services. There has been reform, significant reform with respect to travel and hospitality and other expenses, and that this government has taken leadership in showing restraint, necessary restraint. Thank you.